before I start, I just really want to congratulate Mrs. Misana, as well as the Benavides Alcala family. You have obviously raised extraordinary daughters, and I was trying really hard not to start crying profusely, but that was a beautiful, beautiful, testament and the way you honor your parents' sacrifice. This is such an extraordinary story, but it's not unique here, especially in Montgomery County. So I honor you in what you have been able to achieve here. So first, let me ask all of you to give a round of applause to Juanita Benavides Alcala. I feel particularly honored to be here with you, Juanita, and everybody else. Congratulations on graduating from Towson University with a bachelor's degree in elementary education, special education. And she just mentioned that she has been offered a full-time teaching job next year at Salmon Hall Elementary School in Gaithersburg, which is amazingly wonderful because we're trying so hard to diversify our teaching, diversify the teaching staff at Montgomery County Public Schools, so she is definitely going to help us with that. I do also want to brag that Juanita is a distinguished product of Montgomery County Public Schools, a proud graduate of Gaithersburg High School. She also received the Clifford and Camille Kendall Endowed Scholarship, which is full tuition paid for 2 years at Montgomery College and 2 years at USG. Amazing. And triumphant narratives like these really do fuel my passion for education and equity. So congratulations again, and really thank you for that warm welcome. I also want us now to give a hearty round of applause again to all the graduates and their families. Yes, I am particularly excited to be part of this awesome celebration. As I look around the room, I can feel the energy, and I can relate myself and be part of it because tomorrow, my youngest daughter, Isabel, graduates from Howard University. Yeah. HU? All right. Our family will be there celebrating her achievement, and my husband and I will be giving ourselves high fives because this last one is about to be off our payroll. Thank God. I want to salute the pioneering leadership of Dr. Stewart Edelstein, who started work at USG in 2002 as executive director. Under Stu's leadership, USG has expanded its number of participating universities, as well as the breadth and depth of its undergraduate and graduate degree programs. And enrollment has also grown exponentially. The success of USG is really tied to Stu's willingness to collaborate with Montgomery College and Montgomery County Public Schools to craft instructional programs and initiatives that meet our workforce needs of today and the future. Thank you, Stu, and I want to thank also the leadership of USG for their extraordinary innovation and their amazing vision. Yes. The Board of Advisors, the Academic Programs Advisory Committee, and the Shady Grove Governing Council of this great institution have done amazing work, and we see it here reflected. When I think of the universities at Shady Grove, I think of the word innovation and how a robust vision can meet the diverse needs of changed communities. USG is as innovative as you can get. Basically, 9 of Maryland's finest public universities meet here where the students are, to provide the same high-quality education that they offer in their respective campuses. It appends the traditional paradigm that you must go to them. Instead, they come to you. It addresses the equity issue that we are currently discussing here in Montgomery County and prepares our workforce for the jobs that are appropriate for these times and beyond. Before coming here, I did a little bit of research on USG students. On average, undergraduate students are in their late 20s and more diverse racially and ethnically than most colleges in America. Also, about half are the first in their families to attend college, and most come from families with incomes much lower than Montgomery County's median household income. Over 700 of you are graduating this year, and this is a very diverse graduating class. 27% are Hispanic Latinos, 17% are Black African American, 31% white, 11% Asian. In other words, you are the face of today's Montgomery County. And I hope that you stay here after graduation like Juanita and spend a lot of money because we need the revenue. But you know, today we are here to celebrate the acquisition of a dream rooted in the vision, tenacity, and faith of parents, grandparents, uncles, cousins, neighbors from near and faraway places. Places nestled in Central America, South America, the Caribbean, West, East, North, or South Africa, Southeast Asia, the Middle East, Europe, and the United States. Somehow, we all converge here in this room, in this region, in this country, to witness the beginning of your own journey towards your personal dream. You are the protagonist of a new era. The face of the United States has changed, and it's you. It is imperative that you own your potential and that you own your power so you can make a positive difference for this country of ours and for the world. Each of us has a story, and today you are taking an important step in the development of your own spectacular narrative. Let me tell you a little bit about my narrative. Once upon a time, in 1974 to be exact, in a place called Judivana, Estado Falcón, Venezuela, a father casually asked his 9-year-old daughter if she wanted to come to the United States with a family for 2 years. He would be a student in the Department of Petroleum Engineering at the University of Missouri-Rolla, and that little girl would have the chance to fulfill a dream, learning English. That little girl was me, and I wanted nothing more in the world than to learn English. That desire came from my time spent in the town square, La Plaza, listening to the children and their parents who worked for the oil industry speak this intriguing language. I would play dolls and pretend I spoke English too. I would sit there and go, washi washi, hello, bye-bye, ice cream, stop, stop. That was the extent of my English proficiency. So I was elated to make the move, even if it meant moving from a spacious home to a 2-bedroom student apartment, from a peninsula surrounded by the Caribbean Ocean with 365 days of glorious sun, to a place where people would often say, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes and it'll change. Blizzards, tornadoes, scorching heat, all at once. It meant leaving my aunts, uncles, cousins, and my beloved abuelita to be in a place full of complete strangers who spoke that wishy-washy language. I just took it all in. I learned English in 6 months. I became a champion at tetherball. If you don't know that, you can Google it and find out, because I know you guys may be too young for that. And kickball during recess. I painted a mural in our school for the U.S. Bicentennial celebration in 1976 and was featured in the local newspaper, which was really cool. I became spelling bee champion in 6th grade and eventually stopped getting dizzy at the local supermarket aisle with dozens and dozens of breakfast cereal choices that I still couldn't totally take in. But then when 1977 rolled around, I made an announcement to my parents. I want to stay in the United States so I can go to college when I grow up, and my friend Michelle says I can stay with her family. My parents tried not to laugh really hard, and instead they told me some story about it was, against the law for a 12-year-old kid to stay in another country by herself, but when I graduated, high school in Venezuela, I could come back, blah, blah, blah. Maybe they thought I would forget. But I didn't forget. And in January 1983, I arrived at the University of Missouri-Columbia as a 17-year-old. I knew one person, Michelle, my friend, and I had a great college experience, although a lot of the stories about paying, out-of-state tuition as an international student ring true even to this day. You reminded me of a lot of those years. But I did meet students from all around the world and took my first step into political activism by joining other students in demanding that our university divest from South Africa and calling for the end of apartheid. I graduated in 1987 and worked for 2 years, and as I was preparing to move back to Venezuela, I came to the DC area for a short stay. But during that short stay, I met my husband, and we have been married now for 27 years. We have 2 amazing daughters, Anais, she's 26, and Isabel, 22, that's graduating tomorrow. And we definitely started from the bottom, but now we're here. And I wanted to update that reference, but my 26-year-old wasn't able to give me some other cool references, but I'll make sure she updates, because I was like, that's kind of old, isn't it? She's like, well, I think they can still relate. Anyway, my husband built his small business from the ground up, and now he employs more than 125 people. And in 2009, I became the first Latina and immigrant member of the Montgomery County Council, representing District 4, and elected twice as president, thus making history. Thank you. I wanted to share a snapshot of my journey with you, because oftentimes we may have a sense of what we want to be, where we're going, or which turn to make, but somehow life may have other plans for you. So you must always be prepared for whatever comes your way. And I'll pause there just to say that County Executive Leggett, who has been a mentor to me, once said that. He said, it's better to be prepared for what may come, and if you have to turn it down, that's quite all right, but you're ready for it. So I have to give him a shout out. But this is especially true today, that you have to be ready for whatever comes your way. We live in a time of rapid transition, and you are defining this shift. Think about it. Your class started kindergarten probably around, between the years of 1980, 1998, 1999, a pivotal marker for humanity. But since then, the world has changed so much, it's almost unrecognizable. In 1998, same-sex domestic partnerships were only recognized in 2 states, plus the District of Columbia. But in 2015, the Supreme Court ruled that marriage is legal and fundamental right for every American, regardless of sexual orientation. In 2000, 30% of the 360 million global internet users were in North America. But in 2018, only 9% of the 4.1 billion global internet users reside in North America. In 2000, Barack Obama ran unsuccessfully for the U.S. House of Representatives. He has since served 2 terms as America's first African-American president. Yes. Between 1999 and 2018, the Latino population in the United States grew by 85.8%. There are now more than 58.9 million Latinos in the United States. In 2015, science fiction became reality with the release of the Apple Watch, the first truly wearable computer. And Facebook was created in 2004. I know many of you left Facebook, but now you think you're on Instagram, is still owned by Facebook. When many of you were still in elementary school, and it was visited by around 1 million unique users per month, but today that number is over 2.32 billion users and visitors. And Facebook is also providing internet access in the development world. So, looking ahead, we are at the cusp of some amazing changes, right? Such as the continued expansion of mobile internet across the globe, social media platforms, the redefinition of print media, news consumption, marketing, branding. For example, Twitter is expected to grow to 275 million unique users by 2020. That's amazing. The rise of robots and automation of everything like driverless cars, drones, manufacturing, skill knowledge jobs, telemedicine, 3D printing. If you can design it or find the design on the internet, you can print it out from basic tools to medical equipment. 3D printing is becoming an increasingly common way to manufacture needed items. Online education, especially hybrid classroom online models, can continue to revolutionize the acquisition of education worldwide as knowledge becomes increasingly accessible to millions around the world. And on and on and on. Gene sequencing and personalized medicine. As you know, the human genome was first sequenced here in Montgomery County. And the procedure gets cheaper and cheaper all the time. I believe now 23andMe, a gene sequencing service, costs only $99. It's amazing. But despite all of these great achievements and how long we have come, sometimes it feels as though we are in the midst of a false narrative. That because of the digital world and how interconnected we are, it is easy to get amplified and gain momentum and perhaps erode what makes us human. I submit to you that in these changing times, the most valuable asset we need to protect is our shared empathy. This is one sure way of finding our center and our truth. There are 6 lessons that I have learned along the way which have helped me focus and refocus during my personal journey. And I'd like to share those 6 lessons with you. Number 1, each of you is a collection of greatness. You have all that is necessary to achieve and succeed. Be impeccable with your thoughts and your words. Stay away from negativity. Surround yourself with positive people and positive habits. Be very specific, this is number 2, in the drafting of your dreams. Put it out to the universe. You'll be surprised how quickly the universe responds to you. Number 3, be patient and be strategic. Plans are the opposite of instant gratification. You must build stepping stones. You must think through your decisions because every decision is a step towards or away from your destination. 4, there are no shortcuts. Everything of value takes effort. You will doubt yourself. You will be scared. In those moments, remember that you have what it takes to overcome, to perform, to achieve. Ask your soul to help you, and you will be amazed. No matter what, work your plan. Bring it to life. Number 5, always pray for wisdom and humility. Learn from those who have been there and done that, like your elders. Once you have achieved greatness, be humble. And I know that's a Kendrick Lamar other reference, but whatever. There is no one better or less than you. Number 6, give back. Share your greatness. Be generous over and over. You will be rewarded so many times over. So, be sure to proudly own your narrative and facilitate that of others. With that, I just want to say congratulations, graduates. May God bless you and bless your family. Que Dios los bendiga a todos. Thank you so much for having me.